Well, I just received my new Mr. Coffee personal coffee maker. I had bought several other coffee makers in the past few months. Well, I bought one last fall and one 5 weeks ago. And this last one I bought, was it was an Elite Gourmet EHC 113 personal single serve compact coffee brewer, and it was horrible. 5 weeks after I purchased it, the freaking button, the brew button popped out. It was on the side. It was just a small little unit. It came with this coffee container, which is really cool. I really like this. I'm glad I got to save that anyway, because I'll be using that. And it came with that. But just 5 weeks after I had it, the button popped out, and I went back and I read reviews, and half a dozen other people said the same thing. Just a month or less, even sometimes less, the button popped out and it stopped working, blah blah blah. So they do have the side function that tells you how much water you have in the water container. And it brewed. I'm just cleaning it, doing a cleaning here. Put a little vinegar in there, and I like the feature where you can brew later. Set the time, and it'll come put the coffee in, and you can have it ready for in the morning. You can smell that coffee brewed in the morning. So this is my Dan's review of my Mr. Coffee. I had to go back to Mr. Coffee because the crafts they're making these days are so thin, and they're just horrible. Of course, you know they're making them elsewhere, let's just say. This craft is sturdy, and I like it. It's got this sneak cup function, which works pretty good. I tested the spring. Up there, and the spring is heavy duty. And Mr. Coffee has always made a good product for me. I like the handle. Little thumb flipper here to open the top. But anyway, my first run through of it, cleaning. Then I'll have my first cup of coffee tomorrow, and I'm going to leave a PS on my review for tomorrow morning to let you know how the coffee made. Oh, it did leak a little bit around here, but not to be concerned. I'll clean that up. I did read a couple reviews on this, and a lot of coffee makers, the warming plate will indeed corrode and erode after a while. So anyway, this is Dan signing off. It was his first review of Mr. Coffee, which is my go-to brand. Catch you later. Happy trails.
Okay, why I say do not buy. First, I guess I should know better when I guess the filter broke after a couple of days. Plus, it doesn't get clean. After you've used it a few times, it's not worth it because it's dirty. It doesn't get clean. And I use filtered water, so I decided to just forego using the filter. And you see, it just fell apart because that's how flimsy it is. It's just, yeah. Secondly, after using this for a month and a week, it stopped working. You'll see here, the button is pushed in. Brew now button does not come on anymore. Doesn't work. I can't change the time. Yesterday, I was at least able to push brew now and set the clock back a minute so that it would start brewing at 12 a.m. But as you can see now, I've unplugged and plugged it back up several times. Can't adjust the time anymore. And I just pushed this in this morning trying to get something to work, and it just didn't. So it's definitely not worth the money. I went from a pour over to this because I broke my pour over which was really, really wonderful. But it didn't keep the coffee warm. So I was going to buy a warmer. But when I went in and saw this, I said, well, why buy a warmer? I can just make my own coffee here in my office. So I guess I should have stopped at Starbucks this morning. Had I known this would not work, because I'm a little upset. So now I got to try to figure out how to get my coffee out that I've wasted. So I guess I'll make it some kind of pour over, some kind of way. But don't purchase this. It's not worth it. I've only had it a month and a week, and you see I did use it well. You see the brown on the warmer because it's supposed to stop dripping once you pull the carafe from underneath it. However, it would continue to drip, which is why you have the burnt coffee here. So again, don't buy this coffee maker. It's not worth the money. Go to something more expensive. I was disappointed because Mr. Coffee has been around for a long time. However, this little cheap coffee maker, yeah, it's not worth it. Didn't even come with a manual in the box. Didn't come with anything. It was just in the box. I had to figure out how to put it together myself. But, oh well. I wanted something else because I'm a coffee lover. So, something else. What's next?
So the coffee maker that I received, the 5-cup, was supposed to have the water filtration, came with the water filtration disc, but this one is not water filtration compatible. It would have the WF on the back of it, and it is clearly not there. So this is not what I ordered.
So I've had this coffee pot for some time. I've used it camping, RVing. It's really simple and basic, and I mean that in a good way. You got a reusable filter. It does 5 cups. You can set a time for brew later or brew now. I don't know how many times I've used it, but it's tried and true. Simple in a good way. If you just like a good pot of coffee. And I've had this for a couple of years, so mine's wear and tear. It operates great.
Just opened up my box with my coffee maker and look what happened. It's broken. No coffee maker in the morning. I have to send it back.
So you can see how it's overfilled. This happens probably every time I brew it. Maybe like 1 out of 3 times this doesn't happen.